banana leaves. Okay.
I thought you just turned into a...
Well, you gotta take the shirt off and then put the...
Okay, that made me good.
Okay, so I guess I should start with how I got into raw foods, I guess. And, what's wrong?
Go ahead.
Okay, so how I got into raw foods. Well, I was a vegan for 7.5 years and a long time wanted to be raw, but with candida issues, I was afraid to do the raw because you're not allowed to eat any fruit if you have candida, except for Granny Smith apples. So, anyway, I went through a lot of life-changing things in life, and you know, I needed to make decisions in my life, like where I needed to go, what I needed to do to help me in whatever way I needed to change or grow or become to awake, to come to realize things. And food was definitely a big one for me. And I ventured through many different ways of eating throughout the years. And so, I've been raw for 1.5 years, and for like a couple years before that, like I've had many encounters of people coming to me about raw food. And one day I came across Mr. Kaufman, who I'm living with now. And
Not romantic.
yes, not romantically. We'll make that, you know, let you know, everybody, it's not romantic. Especially because he's like old enough to be my like grandfather, I think. Anyway, so the first time I came to Arnold's, like I was doing candida, and I ended up eating fruit, and I was like, oh well, you know, I'll just eat the fruit and go with it, and I felt fine. And then, you know, a few weeks later, I decided that I was going to try to go raw, and went raw, and it absolutely changed my life, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And through all the life-changing things and traumatic things in life, the food is what really brought me into whole. And I consider raw food a very magical way of eating because it's a whole fruit. You're not eating something from a box. You're eating it the way it was grown out of the earth. And it changed, you know, my health. I had candida problems, and the candida gone in no time with going raw. And I did transitional raw first, which is like gourmet raw. And I played around with that for a little bit and found 80-10-10, or as you so call, fruitarianism, fruit and leafy greens, and that's where I'm at right now. And the fruitarianism is really where it stands out. And within the last few months, I've been through a lot of changes, actually. Going through a divorce, and I think a lot of raw food had a lot to help with that. It made me more stronger of a person, and I've met a few people who've gone through a divorce being a raw foodist. Arnold Kaufman is one of them. And another one of my friends. What?
Going through the divorce because of going raw.
I think it has a lot to do with that. I think, and I have another friend, Matt Warner, who he also went through a divorce as well, and it just changes you. It gives you more clarity. It just awakens you up to more things in life, and it is a beautiful gift. And I'm very thankful to know of it and live it and be able to speak to you about it, because I recommend it to anybody. It's truly a magical way of eating, and it's also a choice for earth-friendly, people-friendly, planet-friendly, animal-friendly, and generations to come. And I don't know what else to say, other than it really brings me more clarity in life. my typical day is, well, depending, but most days I do a green smoothie, and I'll fill up 2 32-ounce mason jars with that, and then throughout the day, what's in the green smoothie? Lately I've been doing beet greens, kale, and spinach, about 8 bananas, about maybe 5 to 7 dates, and maybe either 2 apples or 2 pears or one of each, and then water, and which is absolutely yummy. It's awesome. And then pretty much I'll buy packs of romaine and just eat romaine like it is. And the only fat I eat actually is durian. I don't eat avocado, I don't eat nuts, I don't eat seeds, I don't do any of that. The only fat is durian. And I agree with durian, 1, because it makes me feel really good, and 2, it digests better than any other fat that I eat, or would have eaten. And then dinner, I'll do like zucchini spaghetti and make like this yummy sauce to go with it, which is like date, mango, tomato, basil, and maybe some oregano, cilantro, or something like that. Just blend it all up in a food processor and pour it on top of the zucchini. And, you know, eat more romaine with that. Because I think that's one important thing if you're doing raw. Like, I think you have to get a lot of greens in. I really feel like that's important if you're doing raw, especially fruitarian. What?
It's the chlorophyll.
I think it's the chlorophyll, and I think a lot of all the other important nutrients that the greens carry.
Yeah.
We're at Durian, the Aussie market right up the road. It's an Asian market, and they have it frozen or they have it fresh. And right now, like, the fresh has been hit or miss. So I always tend to just get the frozen, because then also you can put it through the Champion juicer and make it a durian whip. And it's like this creamy, like peanut buttery, almondy, like yumminess. It's just, I don't know, it's so good.
You have a smoothie for breakfast?
Smoothie.
Yeah, what do you wait till lunch?
How long does the smoothie last? Is it a gallon, right?
Yeah, it's the whole Vitamix. I fill that up, and I'll have that like in the morning after I work out. And my typical workout is sometimes I like to go running. I'll go running, bike riding, and then working out, and then do yoga, and then like meditation, and then energy work on myself, and then that's my typical.
It's just a Vitamix, a half a gallon?
Yeah, and then I fill that up, and then because it's just 2 32 ounce, 30, right? Is that what a mason jar is? 32
4 ounces.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And so one of them I'll have one right after breakfast, and then maybe wait a little bit and have the other one.
Before you went raw, was it a medical doctor that had said no fruit? And then how is it you arrived at, I'm going to eat fruit? How is it you became a fruitarian? I mean, I'm liking the fact that you made the decision to disagree with the medical advice. But how did you arrive at that?
I felt like it was the right choice. One, it was like many people kept coming up to me, and I just felt like it was something speaking to me, saying this is what you need to do. And I'm so thankful I went with that. Because I feel so absolutely amazingly good. And I mean, anybody who knows me, like works with me or knows me, like I am usually, I'm pretty crazy. So I always have lots of energy, and but you know, what the books say, you know, it wasn't doing anything for me with doing vegan and Candida diet. It did nothing for me for years. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Even my, like, adrenals and everything, I was tired, you know, and I was vegan. I thought that was, like, the diet to do, the way to go. And I just said, nope, I'm gonna go raw. And I'm glad I did, because it was like that were the results. I'm gonna be hug patrol. I'm gonna be hugging everybody. And Megan, I hope Tim sends this to you, and you get to watch it while you're in Canada. But bye.